When it comes to life, we generally hope that things are up and to the right, don't we? We hope our retirement accounts continue to grow up and to the right. We hope our business prospects continue to grow up and to the right. Our relationships with our spouse and our kids, that they continue to grow up and to the right. We are up and to the right people, aren't we? And so it's no surprise that when it comes to growing spiritually, most of us have this idea that our faith development should always be up and to the right as well. But what if this sort of linear growing step after step in a linear path, what if that's actually a terrible model for spiritual growth? Hey everybody, welcome to the third session of our series we're calling Faith for the Rest of Us. And here's what I think. I think most of us believe that just like the rest of our life, we believe that our faith over time should grow step by step, incrementally. That there's this neat laid out linear path that's up and to the right. Well, the problem is, be honest, for most of us, the road of spiritual growth and maturity is more, like trying to follow a noodle through the bowl of spaghetti. It's more like a meandering path with all kinds of twists and turns. I mean, you know this. Most spiritual growth is haphazard. It either happens on a need to know or a need to grow basis. As life happens, we hit roadblocks, we hit storms, life happens, and we're sort of confronted by the need to grow. We need more of what our faith has to offer that hadn't seemed important until that event, whatever it was, occurred. Not all that long ago, I had a family member who really hurt me. He broke my trust in ways that I've never experienced before. What he did, it created a mess in our family and among our friendships and in me personally, if I'm honest. I had to trust God. I couldn't fix this, and it was really hard. In fact, as a pastor, prior to this, trusting in God, it was sort of a topic that I preached on, but hardly one that I really held on to and really put to work in my life. It was a classic need to grow moment. And it's a pattern I've seen over and over. Life happens and growth kicks in. When issues arise in your marriage, when your kids make choices you don't approve of, when your boss at work asks you to lie, when your finances crumble, life happens. And you know what happens? Growth kicks in. And the truth is, even if someone were to develop the best Christianity 101 class, followed by 201, 301, 401, so we could grow in this linear line, the truth is it wouldn't stick. Yeah, maybe we'd remember a few interesting facts, but faith isn't about facts. Faith isn't an exercise of the head, it's an exercise of the heart that's reinforced by your head. Information, even incredibly important information, it doesn't stick unless we're convinced at the time it's delivered that it's important for us to know, or at least that it will be one day. Now, if you're one of those straight line up and to the right sort of Christians, and that's worked for you, hey, keep it up. It's a path that's best for you. But if you're like the rest of us, and you're not so straight-lined, your faith life hasn't felt up and to the right, don't worry about your meandering. You see, don't fret if you go through a dry spell or you join a small group and it felt like a total failure. If you find yourself in a season of doubt, hey, I get it. Don't worry. God didn't intend for spiritual growth to be a gradual step-by-step process of progress over the course of your life. No, spiritual growth, it requires meandering because, that's life. Not one of us has it all figured out. Hey, a couple of questions for you today. When you think of spiritual growth, what comes to mind? What preconceived notions do you have about what spiritual growth should look like? Have you found that in your life, it's when the unexpected happens that your faith grows? Why don't you give some examples to the people you care about?